All right, so we're going to move on to the very last topic of today, and this next person.
Yeah, this is your boy.
Yeah, this next person I want to talk about. This one hurts a bit because I predicted that this man would be flyweight champion by the end of 2024. Now, I will admit it was somewhat more in hope rather than expectation, and of course, I'm talking about Starboy himself, Manel Kape. Now, Kape was supposed to have a rematch against Mateus Nicolau. He missed weight, which we all know about. And more recently, so the fight was rebooked. He was recently forced to pull out of that rescheduled matchup. I think it was for the fight card after UFC 300. I think. Apparently he broke his rib in training and required surgery on it. Now, since Manel has arrived in the UFC, he has been part of a whopping 9 fight cancellations in a little over 3 years, leading to the unflattering comparisons with a certain Paulo Costa. Now, when Manel does turn up, he's proven to be an excellent performer. He's a fat mouth instigator, which I always love. So the question I have to ask you, I'm just going to say it straight up, and don't hurt me too much because, you know, I love Manel. But what do you think the UFC should do with him now?
Oh man, so when we did a not for 2024 but for 2023, which was at the end of 2022, me and CJ did a bingo setup where we, you know, various things. One of the things that I put on there was that Manel Kape was going to be top 5 by the end of the year. This man sits at number 6 still. And we're a year and a quarter of the year later. And it's all because he either can't make weight or he can't make it to the cage. And it's super unfortunate because of all the things that you just said, like everything that he brings to the table in a division that sorely needs it. A division that really relies on people who have this round robin, and Alexander Pantoja has kind of beat everybody outside of, you know, including Steve Erceg, outside of Steve Erceg, who he's supposed to fight next. They need Manel to do well, but he just can't seem to make it. For the UFC, what I think that they should do is, I still want to see the Nicolau fight. So it's, in my opinion, it's either, I know that Amir Albazi was injured as well. It's either you make that fight when both of them are healed up, or you just wait to see how things shake out in that top 5 and have Manel fight some sort of loser of a fight. He has to get the scraps because he can't make it to a fight. He doesn't have his pick anymore because he can't make it. So you're going to get the scraps of the top 5, and you need to be happy with what you get. Now, that doesn't do him a disservice, because if he goes into whatever that fight is and beats that person handedly, you got a title shot right here. But if you go in there and lose, bro, you are fighting way far down in the rankings because you can't seem to make it into a fight. We can't trust you. So I think that he has to have a good showing. He can't pull out anymore. No more. No. If you sign, you better show up. No more pullouts. And once he does that, if he makes good on signing, making weight, showing up to the fight and putting on, you know, just the basics of the contract, what they require you to do, meet the requirements, you can get a title shot. That's what they should do. I don't think he's out of it because of what he brings to the table.
Fair enough. All right, I'm gonna have to come out swinging for my boy here. So the first thing I did was my first port of call, because I knew it was going to be very tough to defend him, so I thought I'd go to the source first of all. So the first thing I did was I looked a little bit more deeply into the 9 cancellations. And it turns out that 6 of them were actually a result of his opponents pulling out of a fight for a variety of reasons. So he's actually only responsible for 3 in 3 years. And we've definitely seen worse than that. It's just unfortunate for him that 9 of them have been associated with his name. So I think when you contextualize it like that, it makes for much better reading. I'm still not ready to give up on Manel, because as we've spoken about, he has a very exciting cage style. And again, the shit talking that this guy brings to the table is exciting. And it's very, very important, as we've mentioned, for a division that is really lacking in personality. I know that Brandon Royval occasionally tries to come out and talk a bit of shit, but it always seems a little bit forced and a bit soft coming from him. Yeah. When Manel calls someone a pussy or the F word,
no one gonna do anything, you know why? All your teammates is a bunch of
you can see he's not playing. It's not a I'm trying to sell this fight. He thinks you're that, and he's telling you to your face. The vitriol he had towards Kai Kara France, mwah, perfect beef stew.
Unfortunately, Kai Kara France is a bitch. The fucking bitch is in front of me. And you are fucking guilty because Sunday, this is gonna get murdered. You know? Because you hey, fucking
calm down.
You fucking pussy.
Felizmente ele é uma vadia.
Afraid because you get accused. You have 3 weeks to fight me. You little fucking pussy. Look at you. You have the courage to come here. Stage. Yes, stand up, motherfucker. Let's
go. So, and the thing is here, right now, flyweight still has no contenders. And I still think he's 1 fight away from getting a crack at the title. And I believe the UFC should be looking to still give him that chance. Now, if I was the UFC, I wouldn't go to the Nicolau fight again. I know it's a good fight. It seems to be cursed at this point. I mean, they've literally cancelled on each other. Nicolau cancelled on him twice before that fight got made. And now Cap has cancelled on him twice. It's cursed. I wouldn't mind seeing him go up against somebody like Mahavan Makayev, who's way higher up the rankings than he should be. Alternatively, why not do the Kai Kara France fight? There's a lot of beef there. Both men are on similar timelines. Kai Kara France is still recovering from his injury. Manel Kap's just had surgery on his. They're on similar timelines. The storyline's there. They fucking hate each other. Why not throw them in there? They will talk so much shit back and forth, and it will shed some, it will shed some light and put some spotlight on it needs shit talking. It's such a skilled division. It lacks any personality. You get those two going at it. Could be fireworks. But I agree with you on this though. This is his last chance. I think he needs to, as you said, he needs to show up. He needs to perform. Because I really think he could be the star that they need in that division. But how many more chances can you give the guy? And you know how much I love Manel. But in terms of getting opportunities, this could be the last one. I mean, he'll still get fights. Like if he cancels again, it's not like they're going to be, you're gone. But that's when you start saying, right, we put him against somebody who's ranked 10th or 11th. And you have to really build your way up. But I still think any of those fights would be great. I think the Kai Kara France fight, the Makayev fight, I wouldn't mind seeing the Nicolau fight booked again. But as soon as I see it booked again, I'm going to be like, right, here we go again.
Man, what if we got Manel Kape against Kai Kara France in Perth?
Sign me up. Mate, I'd see them. I wouldn't mind seeing them fight in a fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
I'd see that fight in any situation. That's one thing, even if it was in the Apex. I mean, I wouldn't want it at the Apex, but I just want to see that fight happen.
Gosh, that would be such a good fight. Yeah,
we
I'm
might as
more
well
on
do it
board
now
with that
because
fight.
Nicolau's obviously gonna fight in a few weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. So his timeline's gonna be automatically different.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to starch Perez, let's be honest, but...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Perez is just trying to complete that contract. Get that contract done.
Speaking of... I mean, does he make it to the fight?
I don't know.
There's always that danger.
That's
so yeah, I'm still, like I said, I love Manel, and I think he's been horribly unlucky. And like I said, when you frame it that way, that he is actually only responsible for 3 cancellations himself, it makes for better reading. And I think people don't realize that. I think the fact that he's being thrown in there with Costa, who is usually the person who's doing the cancelling, is a bit harsh.
That's true.
And I just hope that anyone who watches this video becomes aware of that, because I will defend Manel Kape to the death. I will die on that shield. Once like I said, man, once he went at Adesanya the way he did, he had a boy for life.
What you want? Alright, yeah. Shut the fuck down. Sit down. Yo, things is restricted. Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Shut the fuck down, yo.
You little crack ass.
It's in his corner for life after that. And I won't give up.
One of the main things that I like about him is that he's a true prize fighter. Like you saw in the build-up in the video that they showed of him in his car, the way that he acts, the way that he acted at the press conference, the way he carries himself as a prize fighter, a true prize fighter. And that's what the UFC needs in this division of a bunch of nice guys. Pantoja's a nice guy, Moreno's a nice guy, Royval's a nice guy. They need some edge, and that's the dude right there.
Royval tries to bring the edge, bless him, but it just comes across as so forced. And to be fair, Royval does have some personality to him, but Kape is that guy. The guy you see mouthing off, that's who he is. If you bumped into him on the street, that's exactly how he behave. I have no doubt about it.
For sure.
Doesn't give a shit. And I hope he recovers well, and that we see him sooner rather than later. I'm not ready to give up.